Hello kids. In today's class, we are going to start the chapter Other Side of Zero, that is Integers from R.S. Aggarwal book. Okay, so let's pick the first exercise, A, which is pretty much easy. So we will quickly cover this exercise. Let's begin with the first question. It says, write the opposite of each of the following. So we have to give the opposite of the given things. The first one is increase in weight. So the opposite of increase in weight is decrease in weight. Okay. Second one, we have 20 kilometer north. So kids, we all know that this is the north direction. Opposite to it is the south direction. So 20 kilometer north, its opposite will be 20 kilometers south. Okay. So I'm writing here 20 kilometers south. Then 326 BC. So 326 BC means 326 before Christ, that is minus 326. And opposite of it will be 326 AD. Okay. So opposite of this will be 326 AD. Next we have loss of rupees 500. Opposite of loss is profit. So here we'll have profit of rupees 500. Last one, it is 300 meter above sea level. Opposite will be 300 meter below sea level. Okay, again I am writing here 300 meters below sea level. Okay, this is very easy. Now let's go to the second question. Write the temperatures given below in the form of integers. So here we have to write the given temperatures in the form of integers. Let's do this. First one we have 20 degrees Celsius, 20 degrees Celsius above 0 degrees Celsius. So that means question number 2, first part is it is above 0. Above 0 is plus. And what is the number? 20 degrees Celsius. So this is plus 20 degrees Celsius. This is the temperature. We are writing this in the form of integers. So since we are writing in the form of integers, we can also remove degrees Celsius here. Okay. We can write plus 20, or if in the term of temperature, it is plus 20 degrees Celsius. In the form of integers, it is plus 20. Okay. Next, we have 2 degrees Celsius below 0 degrees Celsius. So it is below 0. Below 0 means we are talking about negative integers. Means we'll have minus 2 here. So this is minus 2 as an integer and minus 2 degrees Celsius as the temperature. Similarly, kids, the rest two are very easy and you can pick them as homework. So I'm marking the one in red as homework for you. Again, I'm giving you the hint how we have to do this. 10 degrees Celsius above 0. Above 0 means plus, so it will be plus 10. And here it is 15 degrees Celsius below 0. Below 0 means negative integer again, so it is minus 15. Okay, so this is how we have to do these questions. Now, let us go to the next question. In the next question, what we have here is represent the following quantities as integers with appropriate signs. So, these are the set of things given to us and we have to define them as integers with the proper signs. Let's see this. First, we have a height of 2000 meters above the ground. So, kids, 2000 meters. Okay, and it is above the ground. We know that we consider the ground as the base here. So it will be plus 2000 meters. Okay. And if the question was a height of 2000 meters below the ground, then we would have taken it as minus 2000. Okay. Next, we have a depth of 800 meters below the sea level. So how we have to find it out? Sea level is the base here and we are talking below sea level. Below means negative. And what number? 800 meters. So this is minus 800 meters. Next, we have a deposit of rupee 500. So we are depositing. Depositing means credit. We have done this in NCERT book. So a deposit means plus of rupees 500. So this is rupee symbol and 500. We are depositing. Okay. Last is a withdrawal of rupees 900. So kids, withdrawal means we are taking out money. It's a case of debit. So we will have minus rupees 900. So here we will write minus rupees 900. This is easy. Let's begin with the question number 4 now. We have to draw a number line and mark the following integers on it. Okay. Question number 4. Let's draw a number line. Okay. This is a number line. Center is 0. Right side positive, left side negative integers. So let's start this. We will have 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. And here we have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8 and so on. Okay. So we'll have negative integers on the left and positive integers on the right. In the first part we have to mark 7. So I'm marking them with red. This is 7. Next, we have minus 9. So kids, minus 9 will be somewhere here. Okay, minus 9. This is minus 9. Minus 11 will be on further left of it, right? So when we draw it, we have to consider these numbers. This is minus 11 somewhere here. Minus 2, this is minus 2. So this is how we can draw a number line and mark these numbers there. Okay, so this is done. Now let's move to the next question. Which number is larger in the following pairs? Okay, so let's do the first part first. See kids, we have learned this, that if we are given with two numbers where one number is positive and the other number is negative, then the negative number will always be smaller than the positive number, right? So minus 8 is smaller than 6 here. Question, I am circling the one which is larger in red because we have to find the number which is larger. So between 6 and minus 8, we know that minus 8 is here on the left of 0, 6 is here. It's a positive number. This is plus 6. All these are positive numbers, right? So positive number is always greater than the negative number. So this means 6 is greater. Between 0 and minus 1, again 0 is on the right side of in the number line, 0 is greater. Minus 25 and 12. So on the number line, 12 is a positive number first, so it will always be greater than the negative number. Also, if you will draw it on the number line, it will always be on the right. So the number which is more toward the right on the number line is always greater than the number on the left. This we have already learned in our NCERT questions. Same things we are doing here. Next we have minus 13 and minus 27. So kids, when we will plot these numbers on the number line, we will see minus 13 is toward the right side of minus 27. Yeah, because what we have learned, the more we go toward the left side, the value of the number will go on decreasing. So in the case of negative number 27, this minus 27 will be less than minus 13. Yeah, and we know the reasons why, because this is more towards the right. Also, in the case of negative numbers, if the value is more, then the number will be less. All these things we have covered. So here minus 13 is larger number. Similarly, here minus 85 and minus 108, minus 85 is bigger. Minus 965 and minus 785, here minus 785 is bigger. Okay, why? Same reasons, because in the case of the negative numbers, for the numbers which are in negative, the one with the higher value will be less. Okay, so minus 785 is greater than minus 965. Next, here we have minus 77 and 7. So 7 is positive, it is always be greater. Between 10 and minus 100, 10 is positive, it will be greater. Okay, so like these we can do these questions, guys. Okay, now let's do the question number 6. Which number is smaller? So kids, this question I'm leaving for you as a homework because this is similar to the one which we have done above. In the above question, we have marked the numbers which are larger, and here we have to mark the numbers which are smaller. Okay, now question number 7 is also similar, but let's do 3 parts of this. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate symbol. 0 and minus 3. So kids, if we see this number line, 0 is on the right side of number minus 3. 0 is greater. Minus 5 and minus 2, same, minus 2 is on the right side of minus 5. Also, we know that in the case of the negative numbers, in the case of the negative integers, the more we'll go toward the negative number, the lower will be its value. Okay, so minus 5 will always be less than minus 2. Here also same, this is also less, minus 25 is less than minus 18. Between minus 8 and plus 8 is positive, so it will always be greater than the negative number. Here minus 312 and minus 275, so this number has the greater value, right? But it is in negative, so it will be smaller. Similarly here, minus 205 minus 167, minus 215 is greater, but it is in negative, so it will be smaller. Okay, so like these we have to do the questions. Next question is question number 8. Write all integers between minus 3 and 6. So kids, between minus 3 and 6, you can see from here, it is mentioned here. Between these two, we'll have minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, between minus 10 and minus 2, again it is written here, between these two we have minus 9, minus 8, minus 7, minus 6, minus 5, minus 4 and minus 3. Okay, so these are the numbers. Then between minus 40 and minus 33, I'm doing this third part for you. Let me change this to black first. Okay, so we'll have we have to write down the numbers between minus 40 and minus 33. So minus 40 will have minus 39, minus 38, minus 37, minus 36, minus 35 and minus 34. So these are the numbers which are between minus 40 and minus 33. Okay, between minus 1 and 1, what is there? Only 0. Okay, so between these two we have only 0 here. This is also done. So this question is done. This is done. This is homework for you. Yeah. Now let's move to question number 9. Use the number line, write the integer which is 4 more than 6. Okay, so let's do this. Let me erase this part first. What we'll have to do here, first of all, we'll have to make a number line. Okay, so let's make a number line where kids always use a scale when you are drawing a number line in your notebooks. So we have to mark 4 more than 6. So let's say this is, we have 0 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Till 12 I have marked here. Similarly, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. Let's keep it till 10. Now, we have to mark 4 more than 6. Where is 6? It is here. 4 more than this. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is the number. Or, we can also do this by, currently my starting point is plus 6 and I have to make a movement of 4. So that means I am adding plus 4 to it. So that will make plus 10. And this is the same thing which we have done here also. Okay. Next, let me do second question. 5 more than minus 6. This was A part. Now let's move to B part. We have 5 more than minus 6. So I'm marking this with red. Currently we are at minus 6 and we have to move 5 steps more. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So what we have done, currently starting point is minus 6. To this we are adding plus 5. Okay. So we will reach at the target point which is minus 1. So here also we are reaching at -1. Same thing we have done here. Rest two questions are same and they are very easy. So these two questions I'm marking as homework. Okay. This is homework, this is homework, and this is also homework. Next, what we have here is we have to write down the following integers in the increasing order. Okay. First, let me erase all this. So what we have to do, we have to compare the numbers so that we can write them in increasing order. Increasing order means smallest to biggest, right? This is what we have done. And these are the set of numbers given to us. We know, kids, the smallest number will always be a negative number. This is a combination of positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0, right? And we know that the smallest number will be negative number. The more the negative the number, the smaller will be its value. So if we see all these, we can see in the first part, -9. This one is the smallest number. After that, we have -7, right? And then after -7, we have -2. After -2, we have 0. After 0, we have +5 and then +8. So this is how we have to do. Okay, if there is a combination of positive and negative numbers, we know that the more negative number will be the smallest. So that's how we have done this. I've done this part. Now let me pick the fourth part and the rest two are homework for you. So fourth part what we have is, again we have a combination of positive and negative number. So the smallest number will be the number which will be a negative number with the highest value. So we have 101 as the -101 as the smallest number here. Okay, this is smallest. After this we have -53. After -53 we have -28. Then after -28 we have positive numbers. So first positive number, smallest one, we have 27, then 31, and then 38. So this is the increasing order, smallest to biggest number we have done here. Okay, in the rest two parts, this one and this one is homework. Similarly, question 11 is homework. What we have to do, we have to do the opposite of it. Now in this case, we have to do big to small. Okay, so in the combination of minus, negative and positive numbers, if we have positive numbers, we will have to search for the biggest positive first. Okay, and accordingly we have to do this. Next, let's move to question number 12. Question number 12, A part. Write, sorry, I have written it as A, it should be first. Okay, write 6 negative integers greater than -32. So kids, we are given with the number -32 and we have to write 6 numbers which are negative integers. Okay, and they are greater than -32. So we know if we want greater number than -32, then we have to move to the right side of the number line. Okay, and we have to go to the decreasing order here. So that means the next 6 negative integers which are greater than -32 are, you can write down -31, -30, -29, -28, -27, and -26. These all are negative integers, but they are greater than -32. Okay, this is how we have to do. Then we have to write down negative integers which are less than -18. So when we say less than -18, that means we have to write the greater numbers than this. That is, we have -19, -20, -21, -22, -23, -24. So these are the 6 negative integers which are less than them. Okay. Next, Write all the integers between minus 40 and 30. This is homework for you. This is easy, similar question we have done above. And write all the integers between minus 8 and minus 1. Again, this is homework for you. This is also very, very easy. Okay, now we have done question number 12 and let's move to the next question where we have to find the values of certain operations given to us. Okay, but before we go into these operations, I just want you to revise the rules which we have already learnt in the NCERT book. Okay, the first was that if you add a positive number to a positive number, the result will always be a positive number only. Okay, similarly, if you add a negative number to a negative number, the result will be negative number always. Now, third is if you are adding a positive number to a negative number. Here we have two things. If positive number is greater than the negative number, then the answer will be positive. But if positive number is less than negative number, then the answer will be negative. Okay, so these are the addition operation rule which we have learned in NCERT. Similarly, we have subtraction rules also. If we are subtracting positive number from a positive number here, then there can be two scenarios. We will have here the if the second number is greater, okay, if the second number is greater, then the answer will be negative. If the second number is smaller, then the answer will be positive. Okay, so it depends upon this number because we have negative sign in front of it. Okay, so this is how. Example I'm giving you. Example, if I'm subtracting plus 7 from plus 9, answer will be minus 2. Why minus 2? Because here the plus 9 number is greater, but it is coming in the second part of it. So answer will be minus 2. Or otherwise, if I'm subtracting plus 6 and plus 3, then this number is smaller than the first number, so answer will be positive. So it depends upon the second number given to us. Okay, next we have subtracting if we are subtracting the negative number from the negative number. Okay, so if we are doing this, so this operation will be changed into examples. With examples I'm telling you, let's say in the first part we have 7 again, and in the next part this is minus 7 and then minus, and then we have minus 9. So this minus multiply by minus, it will become plus. So it will be minus 7 plus 9. So answer will be plus 2. Okay. Now second example I am taking here is that if I am taking minus 6 here and minus again and then minus 3. Answer will be, this will become minus 6 plus 3. Answer will be minus 3. Okay. So here answer is in negative. So it depends where, what you can say. Again, it depends upon here it depends upon the second number. This one. That means if our second number has high value, if this one it has high value, this one, then the answer it will be positive. It is just inverse of this. But if it has less value, the answer will be negative of it. Okay, so I hope that you have understood using example in both the cases, that in the case of subtraction, if the second number is more positive, in the first case when we are subtracting two positive numbers, if the second number is more positive here, then the answer will be negative, and if it is less positive, the answer will be positive here. It all depends that it is greater than the first or not. Similarly here, if the second number here it is greater than the first number, the answer will be positive. If it is less than the first number, the answer will be negative. Okay, now we have the third scenario where we have plus here and minus, we are subtracting a negative number here. So this negative and negative, kids, will always become positive. So it will always be a positive number. Okay. And H, I'm writing if we are subtracting this and we have this number here. That means the first number is negative, the second number is positive here. Then what will it become? Then the overall number, it will become negative number. Okay, the overall number, it will become negative number. Let me erase this and let me tell you with example here. Wait, otherwise you will get confused with these things. See, in the case of F part, where we are subtracting a positive and a negative number. So let's say in the positive part, I have plus 10 and I am subtracting minus 3 from it. Okay, so this will be plus 10, minus into minus is plus, so it will be plus 3. This will be plus 13. Same thing we have written here. Okay, and in the case of the second one, if my first number, I'm taking another example here. Okay, I'm taking if I have minus 8 and then I am subtracting subtracting a positive number from it. So this will become minus 8 minus 4, answer will be minus 12. Okay, so these are the rules which you should learn and understand by heart, and these are the rules which we are going to use in all the questions in the next exercises also. Okay, let us start with the question number 13 now. Okay, so what we have here is find the value of these following numbers. First we have question number 13, A part, first part, minus 9 plus minus 3. So kids, when we write any number like this, that means we are finding the absolute value of that number. Okay, so when we say absolute number of value of that number, so there this minus sign is changed. Okay, this minus sign is changed and we get the absolute value, that is without any sign with it, is 9. Okay, or you can also say this as plus 9. Similarly, the absolute value of minus 3 will be 3 here. Okay, the absolute value of any positive number, if I say I'm writing plus 5 here, it will also be 5. So that means that whenever we put the number in this bracket of absolute value, we will always get a positive number. Okay, so based on this, let's do the questions given to us. Let's start with the first question, where we have absolute value of 9 minus 9 plus absolute value of minus 3. So this value will become plus 9 and then plus as is this plus, and this minus 3, the absolute value of minus 3 will be plus 3. Okay, so this is 9 plus 3, 12. This is the answer. Now let's go to second question, where we have minus 36 minus minus 30. So the absolute value of minus 36 is 36. This outside minus is as is. Absolute value of minus 30 is plus 30. So when we will solve this, we will get the answer as 6. This is the answer. Now the third part, where we have minus of minus 8. So this outside minus will remain as is and inside minus 8 will be changed to plus 8. Okay, because the absolute value of minus 8 is plus 8. So we will write down this as plus 8. Okay, this outside minus is as is. This minus 8 has become plus 8. So answer is minus 8 here. Okay, this is how we have to do these questions. So I am writing these left out questions as the homework for you people. Okay, now let us find out let us do the next question. Question number 14, it says write all those integers each of whose absolute value is less than 6. So we want the integer whose absolute value is less than 6. So this is easy. we can start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All these integers are less than 6. Okay, all of them, their absolute value is less than 6, because if we are going to put them in the absolute value brackets, we are going to get the same numbers. This is example 1 of this answer. Also, we can take another numbers which are less than 6, and those numbers they are, we can take -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. So if we will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 0, when we will take the absolute value of these numbers, this will become positive numbers like this, right? And they will again be less than 6. Okay, so this is how we have to do these questions. Now, in the next question, we have a word problem where it is written that a car traveled east of Delhi by 100 kilometer and then to west of it by 140 kilometers, and how far the car how far was the car finally. So let us pick this question, kids. Question number 14. Let us take the starting point as D. I am taking this point as D. First, we are going to east of Delhi 100 kilometers. So let's say after 100 kilometers, we have reached to the point B. Okay, this is 100 kilometers. And then after we reach to this point, what we have done again, it moved to the west of it by 140 kilometers. So again, it is going back from here in this direction to 140 kilometers. So somewhere here it will reach. Okay, again this distance, I'm writing this whole distance as 140 kilometer. But since it is going to the opposite side from here, it is minus. Right? What we have to find? We have to find how far was the car finally. We have to find this distance. Okay, what is this distance? So from the starting point, wait, from the starting point, the first movement was 100 kilometers plus 100, and then again added to it is the movement in the opposite direction, that is minus 140 kilometers. So what will be the answer? It will be minus 40 kilometers, or you can say it is 40 kilometers west from starting point. Okay, this is easy. What we have done, we have find the from the starting point, we have measured the movement. First is plus 100 and then added to it the next movement, that is of in the opposite direction. So we are taking it as negative. This is minus 40 kilometers, or from the starting point, you can say it is 40 kilometers west. Right? So this is how we have to do this question. Now coming to the last question of true and false. The smallest integer is 0. This is false. Why? Because we have negative integers also, right? And they are smaller than 0. Then 0 is not an integer. This is also false. 0 is an integer. It's just that it is not positive, not negative. Opposite of 0 is 0. True. Like we know, opposite of 1 is minus 1, 7 is minus 7, 100 is minus 100, right? 120 minus 120 is plus 120. Similarly, opposite of 0 is 0. So next, minus 10 is greater than minus 6. This is false. Why? Because it's the value of 10 is greater than 6, but it is in negative. So that means it is smaller. Minus 10 is smaller than minus 6. So this answer is false. Next, the absolute value of an integer is always greater than the integer. So here we have to see the absolute value of minus 6 is 6, but is it greater than 6? No. So it is false. The answer of this is false. Next we have 0 is larger than every negative integer. So kids, we know that 0, it lies on the right side of the negative integer. So this is true. It is always greater than every negative integer. Next, every negative integer is less than every natural number. So all the natural numbers, they are on right side of 0. All the negative numbers, they are on left side of 0. So this is true. All the negative integers are always less than the natural number. So kids, we know, we have done it, that the natural number starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. They all are positive numbers. So the positive numbers are always greater than the negative numbers. This is another reason. Next, we have absolute value of minus 5 is less than minus 3. Absolute value of minus 5 is 5. Absolute value of 3 is 3. Is 5 less than 3? No. This is false. Next, last question. Minus 8 plus 3 is equal to minus 8 plus 3. So, let us find this out here. We have minus 8 plus 3 absolute value. Okay. So, minus 8 plus 3. This is equal to what? This is equal to minus 5. Absolute value of minus 5 is 5. And the other thing is minus 8 plus 3. Absolute value of minus 8 is plus 8. Of 3 is as is. This is 11. Is 5 equal to 11? No, it is not. So this is false. Okay. So with this exercise is completed, kids. And I will see you all in the next exercise. Please do your homework, and if you have any queries, you can always ping me. We will go through those queries in the another lecture. Thank you for joining the class, and I will see you all in the next class now.